"We're picking up a distress signal. Going in to investigate," Beluga said over his shoulder. Both men scrambled to their positions, leaving the piloting to Stillman and the Guardian. When they were plugged in, Beluga began snapping orders. "Tom, see if you can get me an atmospheric from inside." "Working," Hetty said. "Bugs, see what you and Guardian can work up for me. Run it up on my auxiliary terminal. I'm on it." Beluga hit a button that raised the forward visiscreen plates, oriented the cameras toward the target, and jammed the magnification control to full on. Hanging ahead of them just under 1,000 kilometers, and with very little relative motion at this moment, was the largest man-made thing any of them had ever seen. "Guardian," Beluga said. "Yes, Steward." "I'd like some more data on the vessel we're now approaching." "I'm not getting much from my scanning, Steward, but as you can see, she is very large." "Specify," Beluga said tersely. "She is roughly in the shape of the cube 3.1 kilometers on a side, with a mass of just over 98 million metric tons." Beluga whistled. "Anything new on electromagnetic sweeps?" "No detectable activity other than the distress signal." "Life supports?" "No way of telling for certain, Stewart. Tom is working on it with me, but there is too much shielding. However, from the drain and what we're surmising is a fusion generator, I would say the possibilities for working life support systems are quite high, in the range of 97% probability plus." "Thank you," Beluga said. "Time to target," he snapped. 60 seconds to dock," Stillman called out, his face enclosed in a data screen hood. "I'm showing a spin, so we're coming up on the relative south polar axis. Seems to be some kind of a docking bay or landing blister." "Guardian," Beluga said. "Yes, Steward." "Can you detect any gravitational generator activity?" "None whatsoever. I would guess from her spin that she does not have gravitational generation capabilities." "Jesus," Beluga said out loud. "What's the probability the vessel is of human origin, specifically Earth origin?" "Insignificantly less than 100%. "Jesus," Beluga said again. Since hyperdrive had been invented, communications had been a problem as yet unsolved. Radio waves traveled at the speed of light. Deep space vessels traveled faster. Beluga thought about this problem and what it meant to him at this moment as he nervously made his way aft to his tiny cabin from the science blister forward. He had spent the last 2 hours in the observation dome, watching his crew's unsuccessful attempts to gain access to the derelict ship. Short of burning through the hull, it looked as if there was no way to board for them. In his cabin, he opened a small floor safe, keyed only to his fingerprints, and from within drew out a small biochip, which he plugged into a console above his fold-down desk. A single red light winked on over the cabin hatch, indicating that Beluga's cubicle was sealed from all outside interference, including scanning. The Guardian's voice came to him from a small speaker above the desk. "Transfederation Directorate circuitry activated. Identify, please." "Stuart Beluga, Captain, Ara Zieta." "Voice prints matching," the Guardian said, and a moment later, "State your problem, Captain." Beluga took a deep breath and quickly outlined everything that had happened to them since the telltale had shown up on the bridge watch console, including the fact that his crew had so far not been able to gain entrance to the massive exploration vessel, now lying dead 1,000 meters away from the Aris. "Advise," he said when he had finished. "Working," the Guardian said, and Beluga sat back to wait it out. Every trans-fed deep space vessel was equipped with a Directorate Guardian computer program. The fact of the program's existence was little known outside trans-fed executive circles. Only Beluga of the crew knew about it. On his death, the first mate would be informed, but no others. Both men had sworn loyalty oaths to the company, as did all executives. Each time the vessel returned to home base, the program was revamped with the latest in company policies and thinking, so that if any problem were to arise while in deep space, the computer would make the decision. "Your instructions are as follows, Captain Beluga," the Guardian spoke, bringing Beluga out of his thoughts. He sat forward. "Number 1, cease all attempts to board the GOODHOPE. Number 2, tow the vessel into Earth orbit. Number 3, special provision, Captain's decision. Should your vessel be challenged at Pluto Hyperpoint by Federation military forces, resistance will be optional." Beluga whistled. "Number 4, no mention will be made, under any circumstances, to your crew or the Federation military of this decision. Acknowledge instructions." Beluga smiled nervously. "Acknowledge," he said, and he withdrew the control from its slot and replaced it in the floor safe. A confrontation had been building over the past